but here goes the review, and that's all right. So we're gonna jump right into it. We got Mackenzie, on the porch explaining to her kids, what a move is, what a job opportunity is, and they were just kind of like, "What?" So basically, we're moving. That's what you're saying. Why you just didn't say that? They were kind of just over it. That was a takeaway. They're moving, and that's pretty much all they took from it. I think they could care less about the job opportunity. They could care less about what that meant. They took from it, which is basically the synopsis, which was they're moving. And one of her kids said they don't have cereal there. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know where they came up with that. Yeah, kids say the funniest stuff. That was hilarious. I actually like that. But later on in the episode, she goes to check on her dad, who's sitting on the porch. I gotta tell y'all, I want this life, this Oklahoma life where everything is just slow paced. You sit on the porch, drink a cup of sweet tea. I like that life. I gotta move to Oklahoma. Anyway, so her dad says, they came from the doctor and apparently he needs like I think he said a quadruple bypass surgery, which I had never even heard of. I heard of like a triple bypass. I just thought that was like a name. But apparently it's synopsis for the number. You know, his is a little bit more extreme than that. His is actually a quadruple bypass surgery. That just sounded really, really like extreme to me. I was just like, oh my gosh, it was given a lot. It was given a whole lot. And I'm the kind of person where that kind of stuff, it really does worry me. And I definitely, for me, I don't even think I could even think about moving anywhere if that was my dad telling me that. So I definitely get where she's coming from. I'm the kind of person where I almost wish you hadn't even told me. I wish you hadn't told me until I was like already gone to where I could do nothing about it. Then tell me. That's just kind of person I am, because then I'm just gonna worry the whole time. So I would have did exactly what she's planning on doing, which is staying an extra week to make sure that the surgery goes okay. I think that's smart. That's the same exact thing I would have done. So I understood it 100%. But at the end of the day, I think she's still planning on going. She wants to seize the opportunity. I'm here for that as well. I'm also here for her staying an extra week. I think that you're doing what you need to do. So I just hope that everything goes well for him. And we'll see next episode what it's given. But I just hope it goes well. Moving on down to Cheyenne. Cheyenne. I told y'all Cheyenne was hard headed. I told y'all Cheyenne was hard headed. Um, her and her man, Zach, is sitting on the couch. She's building probably an Amazon cart of stuff she wants. He said, "What you doing, building a cart?" I can't. Oh yeah, I can't. I can't. But what made me laugh was that she planned on telling her friends about her getting back with Zach. So she told one of her friends who felt the need to get her other friend Remy on FaceTime so she could break the news. So she was basically being messy. That's what she was doing. She was being messy because if you wanted to tell Remy, you would have told her yourself, or you would have invited Remy to the sit down. But she felt the need to get Remy on the line on the FaceTime. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious and messy at the same exact time. And Remy basically gave her the business, gave her the entire business, which apparently Cheyenne knew she was going to do anyway. So I don't think she was really surprised. But they were showing. So I guess I missed the whole. I don't know if I just missed the season where they dated, period. Because I don't even remember them dating, but they were just showing some scenes and some flashbacks. And I was just like, ugh, child. I don't know who was worse, her or Zach. Like, she looked like she was drunk and slurring and being belligerent. That's what it looked like in the video. She swung at him, and I was just like, ooh, I see why your friends ain't here for it. I'm not even here for it after I saw that. It just made me look at him and her in a whole different light. I was just like, oh no, see y'all give me toxic tease. That's what y'all give. Y'all give me toxic, and I could not deal with it. Give me Britney Spears toxic, okay? That's what it's giving me. Britney Spears toxic. I just couldn't. They not with it, neither am I, Cheyenne. But you also felt the need to invite them over to talk to them, which I thought was smart. That way they could ask what they wanted to ask. But at the end of the day, it's not going to help anything. You're already dating them. So what's the point? Why do you want their opinion? You've already made your decision that you're going to date them anyway. You knew what they thought, Cheyenne. That's why you went ahead and got back with them, and then told them that you got back with them. See, if you really care about what they thought, if they really had to say so at all as your friends, you would have told them before you got together, but you didn't. So that's how I already know, Cheyenne, that you playing games yet again. I said that last episode of my review. You play too many games, and here you are playing games yet again. So they came through asking them some questions. They had a whole slideshow. I thought that was absolutely hilarious and petty at the same time. I thought that was so funny, but apparently they're with it because I guess they pretty much have to be. So at the end of the slideshow, they said, "What did they say? You're guilty of being in love." I said, "Child, not guilty of being in love." I couldn't. It's such a joke. It was a joke. Such a joke. Moving on down to Caitlyn. Caitlyn, whew, I couldn't take it. When I tell y'all that Caitlyn and Tyler had me on a whole roller coaster this episode, they had me on a roller coaster. First, they were talking to a friend at their house about planning to have another baby. They said they weren't really planning it, but they also wouldn't protect themselves against it either. But then the friend kind of offended me because the friend was like, "Oh, you don't want to be in your 30s still having babies." I was just like, "What you trying to say?" I mean, because sitting here at 33 years old with no kids, I don't know if I like your tone. I don't know if I like the message. I don't know if I like the shade. I don't like none of it. It felt shady to me. I felt highly shaded. I don't know her. She wasn't talking to me, but it was. But I'm 33 years old with no kids, so it was shady to me. There ain't nothing wrong with having kids in your 30s. I forgot the girl's name, but just so you know, it ain't nothing wrong with having kids in your 30s. Just saying. Child, she tried it. She tried it, and then she gonna say, "Oh, don't think about it, just do it." Okay, see, this is not the approach that we need to take when it comes to parenthood. Just do it is what got them in this situation and on this show. So I guess it kind of worked out a little bit, but not purposely designed. You know, just do it is a Nike slogan, not a slogan for Planned Parenthood, okay? That was horrible advice. Absolutely horrible advice. I couldn't, child, she ain't no friend of mine. That's all I'm talking about. And so at the park, Tyler's mom is also laying on the baby talk, and she laying on thick. She asked him, "When are you planning on having more kids?" I was just like, they already got three kids. Really, I mean, they got two, but I count Carly as their kid too still. So really, they got three already. So now you're trying to be pushing for baby number four. Caitlyn has a history of postpartum. She's trying to be a microblader. Look, I told Caitlyn to get her life together and to get a job. She finally doing it, and now you're pressuring her to have more kids. That's absolutely undermining everything that I want Caitlyn to do. Okay, I want Caitlyn to be an entrepreneur. I want her to have a job, microblading if that's what it is, but getting her knocked up is not what I had in plan in store for her. Okay, y'all really just messing up the whole thing. So somewhere in there, Caitlyn decides to take one of the kids to the bathroom, and it just got really it took a crazy turn because Tyler, I guess, was trying to tell her like, "Hey, it's not open, but there's people going in, so just go, go, go." So Katie said, "I'm gonna go." Tyler said, "Go, go, go." And then Tyler just starts popping off. Caitlyn came back to the table and was like, "Why the hell are you yelling at me?" So she started popping off. Tyler started popping off again, and I was just like, "Whoa, like what just happened?" You ever see somebody get into like an argument or a fight, and it takes you a second to realize that's what's going on, and by the end of it you're just like, I just missed part of it because I didn't even know that's what we were doing. That's how I felt. It flew by so fast. I was just like what just happened? All I saw was Caitlyn coming back saying, "Why the hell are you yelling at me?" I was just like, that's a good question. I never seen Caitlyn pop off like that. It was actually pretty entertaining. Caitlyn, bring more of that to the show. Because that was funny. That was hilarious. Tyler wasn't having it. Tyler popped off just as bad as she did. He told his mom that he was just matching her energy. I said, dude, Tyler said, look, Tyler basically said, "Don't come for me unless I send for you." That was the message I took from it. Tyler said, "Whatever energy you give, I'm going to throw it back and I'm going to match it." That's what Tyler said. Tyler basically said, "If I didn't send for you, do not come for me because if you come for me, you're going to find me." That's what Tyler said. And I was just like, "Ooh, Tyler, I don't know if I'm here for it." Um, his mom cracked me up because she was so calm. She was like, "Oh, you look just like your dad." I was like, I cannot stop. I can't. Not Butch. Where's Butch? Anyway, Tyler ends up apologizing for, popping out the way he did. They kind of owed each other an apology because really it was a misunderstanding. They kind of owed each other an apology, really. But let me tell you where the roller coaster didn't end. So when they get back home, they're outside, talking and whatnot. They apologize some more, but then it turns from that to, "Well, what do you want? Do you want to have more babies?" And I'm just thinking, what? Y'all was just dragging each other 2 seconds ago at the park, and now you're talking about having more babies. I couldn't. I couldn't. I threw my hands up. I was like, I cannot. I cannot. It was giving me very much up and down roller coaster. I'm about to throw up. I want to get off. That's what it was giving me. I was done. I was just like, no, mm-mm, no. Work on this relationship a little bit more before you have more babies. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. Like I said in my last video, I can't prescribe no medication. I can't coach y'all or counsel y'all, but I can tell you just from the outside looking in, child, put in the work. Do some work. Anyway, moving on to Macy. Moving on to Macy. Macy wasn't giving a whole lot this episode. It was really just about Bentley and his grades. Now, let me tell y'all something. Before y'all drag Bentley for failing the open note test or an open book test, let me say, before y'all drag him for that, I think me and Bentley have the same academic habits, I think. And I know this because, they got into the whole topic of, at school he's fine. He turns in all his work. He does it great. But on the tests and quizzes, he doesn't do so great. That's really how I was. I was like that a lot. At school, I would turn in everything. This is how I became a straight C student. I would turn in every assignment. Wouldn't miss a single assignment. Wouldn't miss a project. But I'd pretty much fail every single test. that Bentley, don't be like me. Don't become a straight C student. A straight C student. Please don't do that, Bentley. I think Bentley's a little bit smarter though because they did say that he's normally a lot better than that. Bentley got too much on his mind. Really, he's probably at school thinking about his dad, thinking about the counseling sessions, thinking about being on this show. Cut Bentley some slack. Cut him some slack. He might have been tired. Listen, when you tired, this is how people get you on open note and open book tests. This is how schools get you. They say, oh yeah, it's open note, it's open book, but it'd be like 150 questions. Who has time to look up that much stuff in a book in one class period for a test? There's no way. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It was probably open note, open book, yeah, but it probably wasn't 20 questions. It's probably like 50, 60, 70, where you really don't even have time. So you still pretty much have to know it in order to really pass it. Because there's not enough time in the class period to even look up everything that you need to look up. So that's really what I think happened. So y'all don't. I ain't giving Bentley too much, and I don't want y'all to give Bentley too much either. So y'all cut my boy some slack. Cut Bentley some slack. Don't give Bentley too much. That's pretty much all that it was given. Honestly, that's really all they talked about. They didn't really talk about anything else. So I got to move on to Amber. I gotta move on to my good sis Amber, who's still apparently considering this move onto the land into a modular home. Amber, I told you, my good sis, that's a no go. I'm gonna give Gary the answer for you. That's gonna be a no. We'll pass. We already have our little rental. We'll just stay in her. She's fine. She's apparently down the street from you anyway. So we're gonna stay in her. We're not gonna move down to the land. We're not gonna be living out. No, we're not doing it. Anywho, they're showing flashbacks of her when she was in her dream home. And Amber, I got so sad for you because I'm still a little bit annoyed. I'm still a little bit upset that you don't live there anymore. I'm a little bit annoyed. I know you said that you wanted to do the best thing for the baby, but see, the best thing for the baby is to have a father that can support himself and not depend on, as he calls it, the alleged abuser. Okay? And I'm still mad that he's calling you that and he's still living at your house. And oh, child. And then I got mad all over again. And then she said that he also has her car. I said, now this dude really ain't about, he ain't about nothing. Whew, gotta fan myself. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot. Amber, he ain't got a place of his own. He ain't got wheels of his own. And he had the nerve to call you an abuser. Amber, pull the rug from up under him. Amber, cut this cord. Tell him he got 30 days to get out. Serve him his 30-day eviction notice. Go ahead and repull the car back because that's your car anyway. So you said, and I believe you because I remember you had that car when you were dating the last guy. So I know that's your car, the Land Rover, the certified pre-owned. I know that's your car as well. Take it all back, Amber. Take it all back. I'm done with it. I'm over. I don't want to hear no more of it, Amber. Take it all back. I'm done. Whew. Lord Jesus, I cannot, child. I cannot. Whew. And then she don't even want to go to on the boating trip because she's afraid she's gonna run into him because it's her old neighborhood because her house is on the lake. I didn't know the house is on the lake. That's another reason you need to take it back. If you don't want to live there, Amber, rent it to somebody else. But don't let. Ooh, child. Where they find these dudes at? Where they find them at? Lord, tell me where they find them at. Whew. And then it's, they picked up Leah from school and they're just kind of reminiscing. Leah was like, "Yeah, Mom, I remember when you used to drive me by the rich houses and you used to always tell me, you're gonna buy one of these houses." And then Amber's like, "And did I buy the house?" And she's like, "Yep." Amber, it don't even matter at this point because you don't live there. Leah don't live there. What does it even matter at this point that you bought it? Child. If I wasn't gonna live there, I would have my house on the market so fast. I cannot fathom somebody painting me out to be an abuser, a violent person, and allowing them to live in my house, drive my car while I live in a rental, and contemplate whether or not I want to live on my ex's property, my other ex. Whew. Amber, my good sis, you are better than me. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You are way better than me, honey. Because I cannot. I can't with this situation. And I'm gonna talk about this every time y'all bring it up because it makes me mad every time I hear it because I don't even understand. Like I just really don't get it. I'm moving on because y'all can already tell I'm getting mad. I really am getting mad, and I just want to help. Ooh. I just want to help Amber by giving her some advice and being like, Amber, why does Gary not help Amber and tell her the truth? Why does Christina not tell Amber the truth? Like, you need to kick him out of the house and tell him to get his own place at this point because it's been some time already since he's been there. He's had time to get on his feet and get a job. He can't even get his own car. Whew. And he has the nerve to want custody of. Oh, child. Whew. You ain't got no roof over your head to call your own. You ain't got no keys to your car to call your own, but you want custody of our son. let me let me move on because it's getting heated. Let me move on. Whew. So they on a boat ride. I'm just into here because I thought this was so funny and it was so cute. Amber took a little selfie of her and Leah, and Leah was like, "Here's your phone back. Don't post that anywhere." Amber, she clocked you, Amber. She already know what you about. She already know what you about to do. She was like, Mom, don't try me. Don't try me, Mom. Do not post that picture. I said no. No means no, Mom. Usually it's like the parents that say that, like, oh, don't be posting that. But I'm the same way though. Like, I'm a more of in the moment kind of person. Like, if I go out and do stuff, it's rare that I'll take a picture. Like in the moment, it's very rare that I'll take a picture. I always think about it after, like, oh, that would have been that would made for a good picture. I should take pictures. But I'm that person that's really in the moment and I'm just in it. I don't really care who sees it later on Snapchat or Instagram, whatever. I just like to enjoy the people that I'm with and enjoy the time rather than trying to capture it in a picture. Because then I feel like when you do that so much, it takes away from the moment. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like to go out with people that do that constantly. I really, really don't. People know I'll get irritated real quick if you keep trying to snap pictures of this. You stop in, oh, getting a picture about. No, no. I'm here because I want to actually enjoy my time. And if I want to come here and just take pictures, I wouldn't have paid too much to get in here. Wherever we at. Anyway, that's my Teen Mom OG season 9 episode 3 review. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Tell me if y'all had to give Amber some advice, my good sis Amber. What would y'all tell Amber? What would y'all tell Amber? Because y'all already know what I would say. I've already said it 5 or 10 times. Every time I talk about the situation, I see red. Because Amber is just really not making the moves that I want her to make. I just really want her to tell him to get out. And it's not happening, so that's why I get upset. So anyway, let me know what y'all think about the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't forget to click the notification bell so when I drop videos like this, you guys will be the first to see it. I'll talk to y'all later. I might make another video tonight, but I don't know what I want to make it about. Let me know what y'all want to see me do anyway. Let me know what y'all want me to make a video about, and I just might do it. Until then, I will talk to you later. Deuces!